Happiness is a dimension of our own nature. Happiness, from a spiritual point of view, is not based on conditions or circumstances. Innately, we're happy beings. We're spiritual beings, so that means that happiness and joy are already built within. And as we're growing spiritually, we are removing filters from seeing or feeling the happiness that's already there. When we're somewhat blocked, happiness is conditioned. We say, well, I got a new car, therefore I'm happy. Or this person didn't call me back, therefore I'm unhappy. And so it's conditioned based. But as we mature spiritually and we begin to touch into our real nature and being, we notice that we're happy, regardless of what's going on. Something bad happens, we don't like it, but the happiness is still there. Someone doesn't call us back, some plan doesn't work out, we don't like it, but the happiness is still there. So that's a sign of spiritual maturity.
So can we define happiness as the way to transform every emotion and transform it into feel something great?
Yes, you can basically, you discover your happiness when you're able to see that in every circumstance there is possibility, there's potential, and there's an energy behind it pushing you to a greater expression of who and what you really are. People become frustrated and unhappy if they feel there's no way out, if they feel that every road is blocked. But in reality, with a capital R, there's no such world. No world like that exists. We're surrounded by infinite possibilities. And so with a shift of perception and attitude, you begin to see those possibilities. And those possibilities invite us to activate potential within us. The gifts and talents within us that are latent, the possibilities invite us to activate, to discover and activate those possibilities. So again, then happiness would be us becoming more ourselves. That'd be a very blissful state, you see. So it doesn't deny that bad things happen in the world. It doesn't deny that people die. People die on us. People leave. Jobs change. It doesn't deny that. But when we come to an understanding that even with all the changes that are going on in the phenomenal world, there's still something about us that's permanent. There's something about us that's forever. And that part of us that's forever is spiritual, which means it never began and it will never end. And as we become more and more identified with that, identified not just with a belief system, but identified that with some kind of spiritual practice, some kind of focus, some kind of intention, then our life takes on a whole different vibration.
How we can overcome the fear of rejection? Rejection
is paying too much attention. The fear of rejection is paying too much attention to what other people are thinking about you and what other people are thinking about what you're thinking about. And people live in that kind of a bubble. I wonder if that person likes me. I wonder if this person appreciates me. And that's the wrong mode of being in the world. You have to think about what the universe thinks about you. And the universe thinks you're important. Whatever name you want to use, you can say the universe, you can say the cosmos, you can say God, whatever. What does the universe think of you? And because you were created, you have meaning, you are important, you're worthy, you're worthwhile, because you weren't made accidentally. You weren't just accidentally made. Nature didn't just come together and accidentally make you. There was a perfect idea behind you with complete potential and possibility to be activated. So you have to begin to think about, we all have to begin to think about, how does the universe think about me? Not how does that person over there think about me? Not how those group of people over there think about me. That's a waste of my time. Then I start to people please. I start to do things to make them like me, which may take away from my mission, may take away from my authenticity. It may take away from my powers, because I'm thinking about what they're thinking about. And they're thinking about what I'm thinking about. Everybody's thinking about what other people are thinking about what they're thinking about. No.
And what difference do you see between pay attention to others?
Yes.
And learn from feedback of others?
Yeah, you can learn from feedback from others. I'm not overly concerned about what others are thinking about me because I'm living my passion and my purpose and my intention, and then life gives me feedback. If I'm being stubborn in some area, then there'll be some feedback from either life itself or from people. If I'm being arrogant, you'll get the feedback. If you're being wishy-washy, you get the feedback. So you learn how to pay attention. You know, as you mature and become more comfortable with yourself, you're able to take criticism, and what happens is you start seeing what they're called the two imposters, criticism and praise. There are people that praise you and people that criticize you. But after a while, you don't really care about either one of them. They're called imposters. And so if somebody's criticizing you and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, shut up, whatever, you don't care. It's like, thank you for your feedback, you know. And if somebody says, oh, you're the greatest, you're the best, you say, thank you for your feedback. You start treating both the same, because you're not trying to get something from the people. You're giving a gift to the people. You're getting your information and your energy directly from the life force. You see, you're getting fed by life. Life is giving you information, and you're sharing it. And if people don't want it, and they say, it's a bunch of baloney, thank you. I won't give it to you, you know? And if somebody says, I want it, thank you, here it is. But after a while, praise and criticism, you don't really care, because you're becoming so in tune inside of yourself.
Yeah.
It's like if you are a mathematician, and you know that 10 plus 10 is 20. You know it. It's not an opinion. You know it. And you stand in front of a group, and you start to do your math, and somebody says, I don't believe that. What are you going to do? You're going to say, okay, thank you. You know 10 plus 10 is 20. You say, okay, thank you very much.
Good example.
They're giving you feedback where you need to grow. Because when you get out here as a public figure, people talk about you. If you do really good, they talk about you more. You do really, really good, they talk about you really, really more. It goes with scale. And then you learn this. Mediocrity attacks excellence all the time. And so if you're seeking to live an excellent life, those who have agreement with mediocrity, they attack you because you're making them uncomfortable. They want to stay small, so they attack people who are trying to do big things.
Let's talk about the law of attraction. According to you, how we can use the law of attraction?
Well, first start with the basics. The basic law is what you chronically think about is what you bring about in your experience. A thought is a unit of mental energy. Energy can never be created or destroyed. Energy just keeps changing itself into higher or lower expressions. So if you're constantly thinking negative, you know, life is hard and then you die. There's not enough good jobs around. There's no...
The crisis.
Yeah, everything is working. Then your body temple gets that message. The cells of your body begin to hear that. It starts to produce toxic chemicals. Your immune system starts to become unhinged, starts to be impaired. Your thinking starts to go down because of the toxic chemicals. And you start to bring about what you're thinking about. You become sick, not as much energy, so therefore your opportunities are depleted. Your energy is down, critical thinking goes down. And then you start to bring about that negativity that you're describing. But you change it around, and you begin to say, you know, I'm surrounded by opportunities. Life is good. Everything is working together for my good. I'm surrounded by infinite opportunities. Prosperity is right here. And then what happens, when you start to say that, your mood is lifted, tonic chemicals and endorphins start to go through the body, starts to amplify your immune system, your thinking becomes more clearer, you start to see life differently, you start to see opportunities that you couldn't see before, possibilities open up that you didn't even know about because your attitude has changed. And what looks like the law of attraction is simply you lifting your vibration so that you can see the potential that's here. And then we call it the law of attraction, but what it really is, I call it the law of radiation, the law of emergence. Because what you're doing is allowing that which is within you to come out and to radiate and to emerge and to express. And then in the physical form, good things happen, and it looks like you're attracting it, but what's really happening is you're radiating it, and what you're radiating is becoming visible.